There's nothing wrong with my age gap with my man, but you bitches want to fuck with a vampire who 1,000 years old.
Those are fictional beings. Those are fictional beings on a TV show.
Oh, what's up? Oh, what's up?
What up, it's Summyah back here in another video. Today we're about to be reacting to a video. Fuck DH. The video is going to be on the community bird of Twitch, Summyah. Damn, bro. So we're back again with the, the Chronicles of Summyah. Well, I wonder what the hell is the problem now, bro. Well, I mean, a few situations that's ringing it by in my head right now that I probably see on social media, but like, it's crazy from community ball to community bird. God damn, like the community just didn't even change. It just got another evolution, bro. But like, I guess it's like probably like the situation with NoCap of her explaining the age gap difference. She compared this shit to like vampires. What type of fucking explanation is that? Like, out of all the explanations you would have explaining like some sort of age gap, why would you compare it to like Vampire Diaries or, you know, a vampire relationship or something? Like, what? I don't know, but like, let's just get into it, see what some stuff and points like we can go on and see what fuck DH brings up. But don't forget to leave a like, subscribe.
I hear birds.
I know. No, you don't hear birds.
Y'all are a bunch of birds.
You don't.
We are talking about the community ball again. Nah, I'm trolling. She's not a community ball, okay? But what Summyah is she's a bird. And she's a bird because why are you going on the internet and defending your weird age gap relationship by comparing it to Twilight? Summyah, this is probably one of the dumbest things I've seen you do. And I really hope you see this video like how you see my first video I ever made on you, because you are in for a rude awakening.
Oh shit, she actually seen that video? Damn. Hey, he got some motion coming. He got some motion coming, I see.
I didn't even plan on making a video today. I was kind of scrolling through Twitter, scrolling on TikTok, looking for something to talk about. But then I came across this Summyah video. And the more and more I seen it on my timeline, the more I realized I needed to talk about it. So today, I just want to call Summyah a bird. I want to explain why I think she's a bird, and you're going to enjoy the video. So come tap in, twin. Comment for the algorithm. Now, there needn't be any context needed for this video. Fearbuck just posted this tweet saying, Summyah, 20 years old, speaks on the age gap between her and her rapper boyfriend, NoCap, who is 27 years old. And then attached to this tweet was a clip of Summyah explaining how this age gap is okay because people were thirsting after the vampires in Twilight, or I guess any vampire.
Dude, I think like an age gap is like fine as soon as you like reach at least 25 and the age gap kind of extends. If you dating a 40-year-old, that's cool, y'all grown. But like, it's like when you just barely getting into your like those years, 21 is just fairly still like people still see you as super young, bro, because like a lot of like older women, like I used to do that a lot when I was like 21. They was like, oh, you're just a baby, and, oh my gosh. But you already know how it is. But I still fairly feel like at least like limited to like at least, you know, 24 or 25, that's somewhere around there. But I mean, like I said, they grown, bruh.
Vampire in media.
Okay, so how many of y'all was attracted to the vampires? Y'all do know vampires are like 1,000 years old, right? So there's nothing wrong with my age gap with my man, but you bitches want to fuck with a vampire who 1,000 years old.
Those are fictional beings. Those are fictional beings on a TV show, or in general, they're just fictional. Why are you comparing that situation to your situation that you got going on with a real human being?
Y'all like Twilight, Vampire Diaries, all that. Get off my dick. Thank you. Cause how'd that work? Anyways.
It's really frying me because Summyah really thought she ate that. She thought she ate that up and she thought she left no crumbs. But here's the thing, Summyah. Number one, you're comparing yourself to people who were like teenage girls at the time having a crush on a fictional vampire. These are just not comparable at all. And here's the thing, no one's even arguing that you can't be attracted to people older than you. But what people are saying is that your age gap is a little questionable. And it's a little questionable because you're clearly a little naive. For you to even go on the internet to make this statement shows that you probably shouldn't be messing with older men. This type of stupidity is what these older niggas want in a younger woman. But I'll come back to
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like, yeah, it's different. If you girl that's like, you know, have the mature mind and carry yourself really mature at, you know, at least at the age of 20 to 20, 21, then it'll just get by. It'll may seem a little weird, but like how she carries herself, it's just way immature. It just, like he said, those are the qualities that those older niggas just look for because they probably think they're the most dumbest people on the planet and easier to get, you know, get something by on.
That later, because DDG had his own opinion on this clip, and I want to show y'all what he had to say.
It makes sense though. The only thing that I would say though is like, vampires not real. That's the only thing I say. But I get the analogy. I understand where she's coming from. But vampire is not real.
And no, DDG, it does not make sense, especially because you were the same guy that was looking at your homeboy weird for having a 19-year-old in his crib. But here's what I do know. I know that him and Summyah are on good terms, so maybe he wasn't trying to throw his homegirl under the bus for the internet to see. That's my doo-doo garbage headcanon. Because nobody seriously heard what Summyah said, and they think that this makes sense. It really doesn't. And here's the thing. Not only is she going on the internet and saying this type of stupid stuff, she was also having public beef with NoCap. So not only is she defending this weird age gap, her grown-ass boyfriend is going back and forth with her on the internet.
I'm not leaving right now. Like, I'm gonna have to go to sleep. Like, why he even post that? Exactly. What the fuck is the point of him posting that? That's some lame ass shit. That's some high school shit. I thought fucking with the older niggas is like, all right, they more mature, they understand, they know how to communicate. It's the opposite.
And just to give you guys like a smidge of context on that little beef they were having at this time, a person from Floyd Mayweather's team was just trying to get Summyah's contact information. Summyah did give that information up, and you know, NoCap went and did what he did. But that's not even the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is that regardless of what happened, regardless on whether or not Summyah gave her contact information to Floyd Mayweather, this should not have been taken to the internet. And at the time, Summyah was 19 and NoCap was 26. The nigga was subbing his teenage girlfriend on Instagram Live at his grown age of 26 years old. That is the most immature thing I've ever seen. And then,
nigga, that's still essentially crazy because like even though they're like older, they still got the teen ending in the fucking number in their age, bro. It's real tedious to be 26 to just still be trying to fuck with it like you know, a girl like that, bro. I wouldn't recommend it because one, they're just not mature enough. And secondly, like, bro, like they're not mature. Bro, it's just tedious fucking with like girls that are like 18, 19 to 20 even sometimes. It's just not a good recommendation.
in the clip, Summyah is talking about how she was going after older men because she was looking for maturity. But the irony is that I don't think NoCap was looking for maturity himself. I think this tweet pretty much sums up how older men be looking at younger women, and it's the fact that they view them as dumb. And once again, I'm not trying to disrespect Summyah when I say this. I think she said some stupid stuff, but I don't say that to demean her character. I say that because it really comes across as naivete. The whole reason a tweet like this can exist is because men view dumb women as targets. They view them as prey, easy prey. And I know I sound like a broken record when I say this, but Summyah got with this guy when she was still a teen and still fresh out of high school. You can't convince me that someone who is closer to 30 than 20 should be dating someone who just got out of high school. And you gotta understand, bro, I'm speaking from experience. Being 19, this is such a crazy point in my life. I'm still trying to figure this shit out. I still have a lot to learn about being an adult. And because of that, I recognize how being with someone older than me, even if it was an older woman, could potentially be a bad situation because that's called a power imbalance. Power imbalances are real things. You just gotta ask yourself, why is the 26-year-old rapper who is supposedly more mature not only going back and forth on social media with his teenage girlfriend, but he also got with that teenage girlfriend? You just gotta ask, where are the women his own age? Why couldn't he talk to someone his own age? The nigga is almost 30 years old, gang. And not only is this nigga almost 30 years old, his girlfriend is defending their age gap by comparing it to fictional vampires. That is so indicative of where her mind's at. Now, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, nor am I just trying to say that Summyah in general is dumb, because like I said, it is just naivete. And a lot of this naivete and this stupidity irons out as you gain wisdom, as you start realizing who these niggas be. And I'm gonna tell you, as a nigga, niggas are lame as fuck and they be creepy as hell. The grown men looking for the younger women, they're only looking for them because they think they found a dumb bird. They think they found someone who is malleable. They think they found someone they can control. It is easier to control someone when you have things you can levy over them.
especially, you know, grown women, and I mean over the age of 25, are not gonna go for that, bro. If you really if you really are dating a woman and you realize like, oh yeah, she ain't gonna go for that, like, and then you see like 19-year-olds and like younger 20-year-olds that are just dumb and are just mesmerized by the money and all of that. I'm not saying like some older women couldn't be like you know, dumb and mesmerized by the, you know, by the bag, but like it's more of the younger crowd. They're, you know, they're more dumber on some things, you know, when they're having like a conversation to a guy. It's rare when, you know, some of those women just be like kind of showing, you know, the type of maturity, you know, the smart stuff in their mind that goes with that.
For example, the biggest one, which is money. And Summyah's talked about money on the internet, okay? Clearly she likes money. Now, I'm not saying she's a gold digger, but what I am trying to say is that on social media, money has been pedestalized far too much. And I'll give you prime example that money's been pedestalized because I talked about Boston Richie on this channel, and he's literally a pedophile. But you wanna know why nobody cares? Because he has a lot of money and he spends it on women. That is the type of trap that we're luring young girls into. We pedestalize these weird age gap relationships.
Man, I already did a reaction video on this weird motherfucker, bro. Like the things that they said and like told, like some of the, I'm not gonna say it's like, I don't even know if it's real or not, but like it really seemed kind of fucking concerning when that girl came out with all of that, like, you know, accusations and stuff. I have to say accusations because like it hasn't been taken to a court and, you know, proven real. Cause like, you know, niggas and attorneys and be looking, scrolling through any type of video to, you know, make their client's image good, and they will sue you. So, but like it's a lot of weird shit going on with this nigga.
It's because the niggas be more mature and they got so much money, and then they turn around and they be in bad situations where they're potentially getting abused. I'm not saying that about Summyah, but I'm saying that this is only a microcosm to something that could become macro, and that's just how I feel. I'm not the only person saying it. Even Digital Trap Jim called out how this is low-key normalizing it.
Summyah, you're a real deal idiot. I'm talking about grade A idiot.
Damn.
I know you're not here trying to compare your situation being with a guy that's 7 years older than you to a fiction character, fictionist vampire characters, and how little girls be trying to romanticize that. I know you're not trying to do that, idiot. Let me tell you something. When you was 7 years old, that nigga was 14, probably already in the streets, hitting licks, doing all kinds of shit, you know, the YN life. When you was 14 years old, that nigga was 21 years old, already being able to drink alcohol, hit the club, probably and all kinds of, while you sitting at home, probably in 8th grade, 9th grade as a freshman or something like that. Like, what are we getting at? Stop being a idiot. What you're trying to do is trying to normalize this. Little girls look up to you, stupid. Now they gonna think I'm gonna need me to get an older nigga all the time. It's already bad enough they do that. Now you just trying to stamp that.
Okay, he said it in a lot of harsh words, but he said basically everything I feel. When Summyah was 14, the nigga was 21 drinking alcohol. That is so crazy to think about. But not even just that. It's really just this normalizing thing, bro. And I really care about my community. I really care about black women. And I just see what the internet is doing to us. You should not be looking for your grown, mature, older boyfriend just because he has bread.
Yeah, I see a lot of fucking, this shit's been going on for years, honestly. But like, I seen a lot of like weird examples of like, you know, women just like moving in with the guy that's like older, and they realize they're not in like a happy spot. Like I see, you can see that all over the internet. You flip through reels, you'll find some crazy ass like, oh shit. You'll find some crazy situation or story about that, and you know, it ends up just like these situations, and like they so mesmerized by the bag, and they just will, you know, not see the reason in it. They'll just be like, oh no, it's not that bad. He treats me like a queen.
Or just because that's what's popular on social media. This should not be normalized on social media. This is not something good because nobody talks about the downsides to some of these situations. They can be potentially financially abusive. Once again, not referring to Summyah in this particular case, but I'm just talking about the reality. And the reality is that not all that glitters is gold, especially not these huge age gap relationships, especially not an age gap relationship that started when she was 19 and the nigga was in his mid 20s. The nigga is closer to 30 than he is 20, and he was still dating a teenager. And if you want to argue against what I'm saying, I'm just going to assume that you might be a little creepy. In my opinion, the only thing stopping these niggas from dating literal children is the law. Stop using the law as your pillar of morality. The law does not equate to moral or ethics. Let's stop acting like it. That's really all I had to say. Subscribe for more.
Yeah, man. I honestly, oh shit. Yeah, I honestly really kind of think she's just mesmerized by the bag and shit, because you never know when you're probably going to get this opportunity to just like date a rapper or do a lot of stuff. Honestly, she probably will get more opportunities if she end up breaking up with that. You know, fucking Floyd Mayweather tried to holler at her, and this nigga's almost 50, and that's crazy. Like this just sets up a whole bunch of example, even though I think it's questionable to say a lot of girls look up to her, but like it's been a lot of crazy shit. You'll be surprised what type of people like actually, you know, look up to these women that are like living these type of like lifestyles and shit. They're mesmerized by it because they see the girly things in it, and you know, they be like, oh yeah, like what I see, she got everything. All I need is a man to do everything for me. Then that says that even sets a bad example right there. They want to get an older nigga. They realize the older nigga can do a lot of shit for them, and you don't want to set that up, because they ain't gonna want like a, you know, a normal ass relationship. Well, I don't know. I really think it's stupid that she like kind of tried to fucking compare that to vampires that are fictional and not real, to her real life relationship that she has with some nigga that's like 21. Damn, like started when she was 19. I forgot all about this information because I watched that community ball video, but like I didn't even know she responded to fuck DH. But like at least I know now she like sees the videos that like, well, that are at least exploding. But like, yeah, hopefully she takes some advice people are saying, the right advice, and you know, do it right for the future. But hey, let me know what you guys think below, and go check out Fuck DH's original video in the description. And we are on the road to 750.
He was the best guy around. What about the people he murdered? What murder?